Alright, today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favorite movies of all time. This is my top 10 favorite movies list, so this isn't like the top 10 greatest movies ever made or anything like that. This is just like my personal favorites. And my criteria for making this list is basically one, initial enjoyment. When I first watched the movie, how much did I enjoy it the first time I watched it? Two, do I have a lot of fun memories or good memories associated with this movie? Kind of like rewatchability. Although some movies I acknowledge don't have as much rewatchability as others. But like if I watched a movie numerous times, it's probably because I liked it a lot. Number three is if I saw the movie in theaters, how good was the movie theater experience? That can really affect how much you like a movie because that memory stays with you and it's associated with that movie so heavily. I'm trying to think. Oh, number four is how much did it personally impact me as a person? All right, at the number 10 spot, we have Mean Girls. I think this is a great movie. I think it's a great 2000s comedy. Honorable mention is Tropic Thunder. That's a hilarious movie. I watched that movie a lot more recently. And that's a great movie as well, but this one is just more nostalgic for me. I have a lot of great memories of watching this when I was younger. For some reason, it maybe this makes sense, but it takes me back to that Urban Outfitters, like 2000s Urban Outfitters era. Maybe it's because it's a bunch of girls, like, and they go shopping and all this shit, and they go to the mall. I don't know. I think the humor is really funny. I think it's super quotable, and has some really funny lines, and it's just a feel good comedy. I think it's a great movie. Okay, next up we have Seven, probably David Fincher's best movie. It was between this one or Social Network for me, and I ultimately chose Seven because this is what got me into the detective genre. The neo-noir genre, whatever you want to call it. Like, it was like this, and then I watched Prisoners, and then I watched True Detective Season 1. That was like the pipeline for me. But this movie, I went through a phase where like I watched this movie all the time. I must have watched it like 5 times in the span of like a few months. And I watched it, and then I showed all my friends the movie because I was like, you guys haven't seen this movie? It's fantastic. You gotta check it out. Obviously, like one of the most iconic lines ever is in this movie, which is the "What's in the box" thing. And then, but I mean, aside from that, Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt have such good chemistry in this movie, and I love how their dynamic evolves throughout the movie. It's done really well. I think a lot of what's great about this movie actually has to do with how good of a job Andrew Kevin Walker did when writing the script. It's honestly, if you're into script writing, I think this is one of those, like, almost like required reading for you. One of my favorite shots in all of film is in this movie, and it's the shot where you see all the, like, SWAT team guys going to the room where Sloth is, and you see, like, all the guns pointing at him, and they have, like, the flashlights, and, like, they're in that hallway. I don't know what it is about that shot, but it just itches, like, a part of my brain. I don't know. Number 8 is The Departed. This is probably my favorite Scorsese film, and probably my favorite gangster movie / crime movie, whatever. I think this has one of the best plots of any movie because this whole concept of like, we're going to take this bad guy and put him as a rat in the police force or whatever. And then we're going to take the police and we're going to put them as a rat in the Boston mob. And then these two guys are going to like chase each other around. Even though they don't know who each other are, they're going to try and figure out who they are. It's going to be this cat and mouse chase. It's just so well done. And it's like so well executed, and it's fantastic. I think the acting, first of all, the accents are hilarious in this movie. Like, the Boston accents are so funny. It actually like makes Boston seem like a cool place, which is hard to do, let me tell you. And then some of the funniest lines ever are in this movie, which is like pretty shocking for like how gritty and like violent the movie is. It's like my favorite line ever is like, this is the first time that firemen have gotten pussy in the history of fire, or pussy, or something like that. Or like, shoot a cop, Einstein, see what happens. Like, just great lines altogether. And I love this movie so much that I actually watched the Chinese movie it was based off of. Yes, it was based off a Chinese movie, if you did not know that. And it's called Infernal Affairs. It's like the same plot, but it takes place in China. And they made Matt Damon's, like the character that Matt Damon plays in The Departed is actually like a more redeemable character in the Chinese version. So like it was interesting to like see the differences with that. I still think The Departed is a better version, and I think it still deserved to win Picture of the Year when it came out. So I think it won in 2007, I want to say. But Yeah, masterfully done plot, great characters, super quotable, hilarious, but awesome. Number 7 is Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl. This is my favorite Disney movie of all time, and that's probably biased because of nostalgia. Again, I grew up watching this movie, so I've seen it a lot. And first of all, this is one of those movies where, like, even watching it today, I still love it. Like, some movies you watch when you're younger and you're like, oh, this was great when I was younger. And then I watch it now and I'm like, yeah, this isn't that great. Like, it doesn't hit the same. But this movie hits every time. And that's like that can be a rare thing. What I love about it is, again, the plot is so well done. It's like, okay, there's these pirates. They're like dead, but they're alive. And they hate their life. So, and also, super cool, they turn into skeletons when they walk in the moonlight. And like, honestly, dude, the CGI for this movie, for coming out in like 2003 or whenever it did, is like pretty damn good. Oh, and the soundtrack for Pirates of the Caribbean, so good and like so iconic. Soundtracks are actually another thing I look for. Like, if I can listen to the soundtrack on repeat, that's a sign that this is like a fantastic movie. The whole intricacies with like, oh, we need to find the right person who has the right blood to like break this curse from us is really well done as well. It's actually kind of crazy how this movie was just like a ride at Disney, and then they took that and they turned it into this like the first PG-13 movie that Disney ever made, actually, and they just killed it. And I also really like the second one, Dead Man's Chest. Like, a lot of people they say, okay, Pirates of the Caribbean 1 was great, and then it just gets they do too much later on, and it's like they're not as good. I actually think Pirates of the Caribbean 2 is also a really good movie. I think there's great scenes in that one, like the whole wheel fight scene is awesome. I think Davy Jones was a really good character when they introduced it. Like, as far as sequels go, it's actually one of the better sequels. Then after that, it kind of goes to shit. Like, the third one, they try to do too much. It's still a fun movie, but they try to do a lot. And then the fourth and the fifth one, I don't even want to talk about it. But this first one, it's just like it hits every time. Okay, at number 6, we have Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Now, I knew I was going to put a Transformers movie on this list. I wasn't sure if I was going to put the first one from 2007 or if I was going to put the third one, which is Dark of the Moon. But ultimately, I decided to put Dark of the Moon because this just has some of the best action sequences. It's just a great action movie, honestly. You got spaceships, cool-ass spaceships destroying Chicago. You have buildings getting destroyed. And then, like, the whole scene where they're inside one of the buildings and it's just getting completely destroyed by Shockwave. Yeah, Shockwave. And he's like digging his like tentacle things into the building, and they're like, fuck, it's gonna collapse. And then they like, some of them fall out of the window and shit. It's just like so cool. And it's like it has really gritty scenes. Like, they're not afraid to show stuff that's like really dark. Like, there's a scene where they literally execute prisoners of war, and it's like actually like a really fucked up scene, but it's like, man, they went there. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a simple reason for liking a movie, but I really love it. At number 5, we have John Wick 3. This is one of the best action movies I've ever seen. I saw this movie in theaters, and it probably is it's probably the second best movie theater experience I've ever had. Number 1 is much later on the list. But this movie, I mainly love because of the movie theater experience. Obviously, on its own, it's a great action movie. The fact that they were able to top the first and second John Wicks is extremely impressive and not easy to do, let me tell you, because those first two movies were awesome. Some of the notable scenes were the whole samurai motorcycle chase. I think that's so creative and so well done. But what really elevated this was how involved the audience got during the action scenes in this movie. Like, every like fucking punch or stab or like punch in the mouth, you could just hear everyone going, oh shit, oh what the fuck. And it just like adds so much to the movie. And I loved like seeing this in theaters so much that I was like hesitant to watch it after that, like when it came out on like streaming or whatever, because I'm like, could it even top the experience that I had in theaters? It was just so fun and so awesome. At number 4, we have The Raid Redemption. This is an Indonesian action film, and it actually, I think, influenced the John Wick series, and this is probably the greatest action movie ever. And what makes it so great is the simplicity of the plot. Like, I think one of the things with a lot of movies, especially the movies that I like, is they have very simple plots, but they're executed very well. Like, it's done really well. So this one's like, basically there's these cops, they go into this like shady apartment complex, and they're trying to take out some like drug lord in the apartment complex. Then he figures out the cops are there and he puts the entire thing on lockdown, and then all these crazy people are trying to kill them. And then the whole movie is them just trying to survive inside this apartment complex. And it's just so, like, the fight scenes in this movie are on par with like John Wick level fight scenes, because they use all the like Indonesian martial arts or whatever. It's so awesome. Like, it's one of those things. And also, like, I know a lot of people who don't want to watch foreign films because, oh, I have to read subtitles and all this shit. This movie barely has talking in it because it's just all fighting. If that's something you're worried about, you don't have to worry about it with this film. It's just like a lot of just really cool action sequences, and it's just amazing. And Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park did the music for this movie, and he just did such an awesome job with like complementing the fight scenes we see in this movie. All right, now we're getting into the top 3. This was a little bit harder to make because I love all these movies so much. It's difficult to put one over the other, but ultimately I put them in an order that made the most sense to me. So at number 3, I have The Dark Knight. And I don't think this really needs to be explained, but obviously, like, this is the best superhero movie ever made to me. It defined the genre and made it mainstream. It made people take the superhero genre seriously. Like, before this movie, I mean, there were good superhero movies before this. Like, Iron Man, I think the first Iron Man came out before this one. Like, the same year, but a little bit before. But, like, there was a lot of shit that came out before The Dark Knight. Like, if you watch Ben Affleck, Daredevil, some of the original X-Men movies were okay, but some of them X3 was shit. The point was, like, superhero movies were a joke. And then this movie came out, and people were like, oh, this is next level. Now, this was the movie that I was talking about when I was talking about movie theater experiences. This was the best movie theater experience I had. I saw it when it came out in IMAX, and I would never forget seeing this movie in theaters. The soundtrack, Hans Zimmer is like my favorite composer. He did such a great job with the soundtrack. I remember the first time I saw Harvey Dent's, like, half of his face that got burned, I was like, because I didn't know that much about Batman when I saw this movie. And I saw that shit, I was shocked, but it was also like so cool and edgy, and like I didn't realize he was going to become a bad guy. So that was awesome. That was something that really stuck with me. Obviously, Heath Ledger, I mean, I don't even need to explain, it's just like one of the greatest performances in all of cinema. Deserved to win this Oscar. It was not a pity win, like, because Heath Ledger died. He would have won anyways, because like nobody's competing with that performance. It was that good. Rest in peace. I mean, there's scenes in that movie that still give me chills to this day, like when the Batmobile gets bazookaed and then it's like broken, but then Batman shoots out of it with his motorcycle. It's just like, and the soundtrack when he's riding away is just awesome. The whole like ending sequence of the movie where he's got to go up the building to get to the Joker, but then you find out like the clowns are hostages, and then he has to fight off the SWAT team, and the whole time he's got the sonar vision looking. That whole thing with the sonar vision is so cool. And then you find out that like Joker had an ace up his sleeve, which was making Harvey Dent evil, and then Batman has to go stop Harvey Dent from like attacking Jim Gordon. Like, so many different things happening at once. I didn't even talk about the 2 boats that were going to explode. Christopher Nolan has such a knack for taking like a bunch of different ideas but then stitching them together so well. It's one of my favorite like endings, like last acts of any movie. All right, number 2, Mad Max Fury Road. This fucking movie, dude. This is one of those movies actually where I wish I saw it in theaters. I never saw it in theaters, but it's one of those regrets I have where I wish I did, because it would have probably been amazing. This whole movie is literally just giant car chase. And I don't know about you, but I love car chases. Like, if a movie has a car chase, like, it can make a movie go from like a 5 to like a 7. Because I just think car chases are so cool. This entire movie is in this long car chase, and that's honestly one of the main reasons I love it. As I was saying earlier, this is another example of a simple concept done really well. It's like, also, Tom Hardy does a great performance. Tom Hardy is like one of my favorite actors ever, so him being in this movie really adds to it. And the action sequences with the cars are obviously, it's not just like, oh, these cars are chasing after each other. It's like so much intricacies that go into the car chases, but it's so cool to watch. And the whole thing with like, he has an entire Morton Joe, and Morton Joe has this entire like war ensemble, like people playing drums and then the flamethrower guitar, dude. It's just like all the details that make up the movie that really make it for me. Okay, number one. This was easy. Like, this is always my favorite movie. Will probably continue to be my favorite movie. Pretty hard to beat. But probably because of nostalgia as well, but I just love it so much. Number one is Inception. Again, another Christopher Nolan movie I know also has Tom Hardy in it. One of my favorite parts of the movie. This movie just has everything going for it. Like, it's an incredible plot. The concept of going within dreams, and how that plays out is really incredible. Like, probably my favorite action sequence of any movie ever is when the Yusuf is driving the car and it flips over, and then while that's happening, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's fighting this guy in the zero gravity corridor. It's so, like, such a cool concept and such a creative concept, and it's like, I've never seen a movie execute an action scene that well. Hans Zimmer yet again cooks on this movie with a great soundtrack to accompany all the incredible scenes. And what I really love about this movie is how every character has their time to shine. Like, every character has their moment. And sometimes you can watch movies and like there's a bunch of characters in it, but only like a couple do anything, and then there's characters that are just there because they're there. But this movie has like every scene, not every scene, but like every character has a scene where they just shine, and there's great dynamics. Like the dynamic between Tom Hardy and Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is so like well done. It's like funny. You can tell they don't really like each other, but they're working together. And then Tom Hardy and I think his name is Sato, they have a funny dynamic throughout the movie. And it's just like you can tell like a lot of care and attention was given to these characters to make the movie really shine. And so it's going to be really hard to find a movie that I like more than this one. It's just like, for me, this is the best Nolan film. And Nolan makes great films. Like I would never say that he can't top it, but it would be really hard. It's such a fantastic movie. And yeah, that's my list of my 10 favorite movies. So let me know your comments. What are your 10 favorite movies? Did you like these movies? Did you not like them? Let me know.